clicks up and being fuck the whole shit up. It's literally A, the letter A.
What up, y'all? This is Rodriguez. And the only reason why I'm trying to be secretive is because never mind. I thought that my parents was here. I mean, shit, but it's my little brother. He's here. He just got here.
Uncle Howard.
But anyways, welcome back to my channel. It's Rodriguez. I'm watching.
I don't know if you say A. I don't know if you're saying A or A. Cause I be fucking around yourself and being fucked around, fucked everything up. And then you be looking at me like, how, what did you touch?
Chucho and Quan's live right now. Wow, I'm trying to get some food. I'm finna go get some food.
YouTube,
I'm gonna try to wake up early so I can go hit the block, you know.
See us too, like on the game, not just like if y'all want to see us like this, that's cool. But if y'all want to see us play the game too, just come to Twitch. It's NBA Quan. But if y'all cool like this, then we good. Y'all just about to we just gonna be darker than your reaction.
Let's go get the food real quick. We'll be right back. They're on live anyways. Let's go get this food. Life froze up. We gonna check something else, man. Let's fuck. Hold on. I don't know what we finna watch game. Trying to find something, y'all. Alright, we about to check that out, y'all.
Expedia members save on travel.
The late better known as XxxTentacion, recently had a video pop up that seemingly confirms his occult influences, as many have wondered about the spurious nature of his death and how he seemingly predicted his own violent end, after he claimed he spoke with the devil in Miami and met his demise just over 40 miles away from the alleged meeting.
Stay with us as we look at these and other stories on the 511 News.
I already think it's cap, but let's hear him out. See what you got to say.
Welcome back to the 511 News. I'm your host, Chad Davidson of Good Fight Ministries. And on today's episode, we're going to be talking about Jose Onfroy,
Not another Jesus freak, but let's hear him out, though.
better known as XxxTentacion, and not only his impact, his ending, but also what is going on right now with so many things that are kind of coming to light about his influences. But before we get into that, we want to ask you to like this video as well as subscribe to the Good Fight Ministries YouTube channel, and please leave a comment. And if you are listening to this via podcast, make sure to leave a 5-star review if you feel so led. All of those things just help us to get these messages out. And this one today is an important one that I want to get
Cloud chasing, man. Let's hear him out, though.
out. And the reason for that is because of the impact that XxXTentacion has had, or better yet, many people just simply call him X. And I want to talk about the impact because many people, and sadly enough, many times in the comments, I don't know who this person is, they don't matter, or whatever, depending upon whoever we're talking about. And I'm just going to encourage you guys, that doesn't mean that they don't have influence on somebody just because you don't know who they are. In fact, when it comes to X, who we're talking about today, still today, this is somebody who had a very short career, died before the age of 21, and right now, as we are filming this, it is on average 36 million monthly users on Spotify who are listening to his music today. So that means a lot of people are still being influenced by him and his music. In fact, Jose is considered to be a leading figure in the establishment of what is known as emo rap and the SoundCloud rap genres, which garnered mainstream attention from the mid to around late 2010s. And when it comes to his impact, it is actually incredible to see how quickly he came up and was knocked down. This is a young man who came from a single family home with no father and was kicked out of his house, living with friends and so forth, and yet made it very big very fast. And in fact, when he came up with his alter ego, it seems like just as Beyonce in the past has talked about Sasha Fierce coming into her, or Nicki Minaj with her demon Roman who can't be exorcised, or a number of other artists that have talked about the fact that they over and over again have these alter egos, or sometimes, I believe, a lot of times, are ultimately demonic. You can listen to him talk about the difference between how he is as Jose, which sadly enough is a word that means Yahweh speaks, and yet some of the things you're going to learn about him and the things that he has spoken, you're going to see that it wasn't Yahweh speaking through him, and hear him talk about the difference between himself and this alter ego.
I may have this facade that everybody thinks it is X per se, but behind this facade, there's a whole different person. Jose Onfroy was weak. X is the complete opposite. X desires control, controversy, wealth. X has desires. Jose Onfroy had no desires.
And it should be concerning to us as we see someone talking about that, to see what kind of an influence he has. Not only the 36 million listeners, but listen to not only his friends, but even himself describe the kind of impact that he was having on his audience, and really, ultimately, what he was trying to turn this whole performance into.
I remember being at these shows and watching these kids soak in every word that Josh said. The way he would speak to them at Mass would kind of be like a Mass. It would be like church for them. It was like a cult, and he would be like their God.
I'm gonna stop calling you guys fans. I'm gonna start calling you members of my cult. This is a cult, not a fan base.
You know, that idea of being a cult, we talk about that in very lighthearted language with different movies and so forth, that they have a cult-like following, or this is a cult classic, but these are people really believing that this is a young man given way too much power, puffed up at such a young age. And so many of the young people that were watching him were people that were filled with angst and anger. And sadly enough, when you are with somebody who is very violent, and that is just the nature of their music, the nature of the person
This nigga need to chill.
they are, over and over again, this stuff continues to sell at a very high rate, and it continues to be perpetuated, not only externally on people wanting to start fights and so forth. I remember before I was saved, I would want to listen to Slipknot or, even Disturbed or something that would get my engines going before I wrestled or before I fought or even before going to a party. And so much of this is just the violent nature. And you can see the seeds being planted. And even some of his friends talk about that.
We just knew violence sells, and it's a type of energy that we're tapping into to sell. You know what I mean? And that's basically what we used it as.
And they even told him, if you actually listen to the producer talking about it, the person, what they did, they filmed him beating, started getting involved with. He actually said, oh, someone owes you money. Let's film me beating them up. And that's exactly what they did. They filmed him beating someone up for money. And they even told him, if you actually listen to the producer talking about it, the person who was getting beat up actually knew that it was happening. And yet here it was on video, him violently striking someone.
Come here, bro. Come here.
I've seen this video already. Shit. To me, he did anything to make it. This is a gimmick. He used the gimmick to make it, man. That's why my song, like, doesn't matter how you make it, it's just how you make it.
Honestly, there would be times where I'd be like, what the wrong with this guy? There's something not right with this guy. That's when people didn't really want to be around Ja.
And while so many people are meditating on this day and night, over 36 million users just on Spotify, let alone all the numbers on YouTube and any other way that people listen to music. But here's what the Bible says in Proverbs chapter 3. Do not envy a man of violence, and do not choose any of his ways, for the devious are an abomination to the Lord, but he is intimate with the upright. The curse of the Lord is on the house of the wicked, and he blesses the dwelling of the righteous. Though he scoffs at the scoffers, yet he gives grace to the afflicted. The wise will inherit honor, but fools display dishonor. And sadly enough, the violence was not all. As you can tell, his name probably has some explicit reasons for it. And you can actually listen to his manager, who, by the way, is a producer.
You talking about dishonor. But that's why dude got his ass whooped for not paying him back. That's dishonor. What you talking about?
Of pornography, his former manager, I should say. And here he talks about just how he came up with that name.
He was already XxXTentacion. The way he got that name, he came up with that name, was his, infatuation with porn. So once he heard, there's this porn star that shoots porn with underground artists, he's like, this is the guy I gotta meet. So
whether pornography or violence, sadly enough, it didn't just stop with guys who owe people and his friends money, or doing it just for clout, or even doing it just in order to get them popular online. That didn't stop there. And as violence typically goes, especially for someone who is not in Christ, a lot of times that's going to be spilled blood, not only on the streets from random people that you might get in fights with, but even in the home. And in fact, a lot of people stopped listening to his music, even though it garnered a lot of attention and even got him big after this, sadly enough. But here is the description of the girl he supposedly was in love with, and just how he treated her and what she had to do to get away from him.
Kind of just came clear that he was not happy with her laughing at his joke. They went in the rooms and I could hear them fighting. Eventually you just hear somebody was getting hit. Jose had a private bathroom in the room. So you could hear water running, and I'm thinking, okay, maybe they're gonna take a shower or whatever, but no. He was literally drowning her in the tub, like putting her under, and you could hear her screams being muffled by the water and being put up and then being put back under the water. And I was banging on the door, begging Cade, like, bro, I'm calling the cops. And he's begging me, don't call the cops, bro. Like, you know I got a situation in Georgia, which he did. So I didn't. Big regret. Later that night, she finally
He ain't even here to defend himself, man. That's all I gotta say.
came out again, and she like picked up her hoodie, and she was marked up with bruises like a Dalmatian, like a bruise behind her ear, behind her neck, literally everywhere. And it was very clear that he was avoiding hitting her face so that she wouldn't have any like clear injuries when you were talking to her. I've never seen somebody bruised up so bad. From what I understand, like they held her there for like 3 or 4 days and wouldn't let her see the hospital. I remember when she said how she escaped, because I was like, how the did you get out of that? He was playing.
He loved that bitch, man. That's why he hurt her so bad, man. He broke her heart. I mean, she broke his heart.
PlayStation
Drooping crazy.
or Xbox or something, and she opened up the fridge and kind of let that be a distraction. Like she was looking in the fridge, and she said she got on her fours and crawled out of the house while the fridge was still open and ran out. I had nowhere to run. I don't have any brothers. I don't have a father figure. Nobody was gonna come save me. I had to leave. I felt like it was gonna get worse.
Saturday. Christmas comes early.
Welcome to this incredible scene.
If that wasn't bad enough that he would perform such heinous actions against somebody he supposedly loved, somebody like ASAP Rocky, who we've covered on other videos here, actually made a video and got it trending, Free X. And the premise for getting that trending was not because he didn't really do it. This woman's just making up lies about him. It actually was only because he makes good music. That's why ASAP Rocky thought that he should be freed. And in fact, it started trending all over the internet, even though he had beat this woman. And in fact, in the documentary about Jahseh, his own mother has not only brought that woman back and said, I know what happened. They even admit to knowing that he did all these things, but she says, but I love my son. There's nothing that I can do. But a lot of people saw this destruction coming. They looked at it and said, wow, we see this is not going anywhere good. And in fact, you can see his friends talking about this and how frightened they were at some of the ways he described he was being talked to by voices, even his own mother, but also he himself talking about people getting what they deserved, and then others saying, you know what? He's not even going to make it to a certain age.
This is the first time I'm letting them see my hair. My hair is just a reminder of telling me to relax, basically. It's a reminder of me telling myself that, yo, you are human, and that you are not a god. You are still on the planet Earth, and that you need to remind yourself that karma is a real thing, and whatever you give out, you will get back.
I knew that something was off. The voices in the head came. He would tell me, like, he would not sleep at night. And he would tell me he hears voices.
Literally, you'd be like, oh, I took LSD and I've talked to a spirit that's a demon and told me information about myself, about how long I'm going to live, that they're going to come get him at some point. I really didn't like that at that point.
And if I end up getting shot and killed for what the I'm doing, or if I end up getting my beat at some point in time, or get hard on me, it's because I deserve it. That's point blank, period. Everybody will get a death. Everybody will get a death that is deserving. Everybody will get a life that is deserving. You will get what the you deserve. Karma.
And at one incident, I took him to Nobu. It was his first time eating at a fancy restaurant. And then
I'm gonna end the video right here, man. But that's crazy, man. That some people think that what you going through is karma. Cause I ain't gonna lie. One time my brother was like, he was joking around, but he was like, what is that's karma? Shit, I'd rather be dead than fuck all this karma shit. Shit, kill me, shit. But alright, man, I'm finna end the video right here, man. But probably gonna watch part 2 of this because I want the video to get longer. So we're gonna watch part 2. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment if you're a part of the video. Tap that notification bell, turn your notifications on. Share this video with your friends. If you want to donate my channel, CashApp will be in the bottom of the description. If you want to follow my IG, also gonna be in the bottom of the description. Alright, man, stay tuned, man. Big things finna come on this channel. Alright, we're finna be doing different types of things, all different. I ain't your regular dude, man. This is the day in the life of an upcoming rapper. I do what the fuck we want. Alright, so right now I'm eating some food. Right now I'm gonna watch some videos. You know what I'm saying? Tomorrow I'm gonna try to wake up early so we can hit the blog. So we can make some money and record some music. Alright, gang? Alright, see you guys on part 2.